All right, on tonight's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our generative AI course, and it's going to be quite a jumble. It was a busy night. I did some of everything tonight, so let's try to pick up where we left off. So first, let's have a look at some of the code we wrote. Well, not some of the code, but some of the notes we took today. Following along with the instructor before we actually head over to the Jupyter notebook. So you can see we took a lot of notes that's pertaining to the steps of different things we can do inside of our Jupyter notebook. Today we did some things in the playground. We did some things in Chat GPT, and we actually wrote some examples. So this is all of the notes. I'm not going to read any of the notes for you because we have a lot to go over. So I'm going to leave that like that. Then I'm going to hop back over here, and I'm going to come over to our playground. As you can see, we started with our playground here. We have our Chat GPT, we have our system, we have our user, and everything else over here. So let me explain what's going on. Our system here, this is how we explain how our chat bot works or how it operates and how it behaves. So you can see here I wrote down the prompt. You are a very helpful assistant and you're always willing to help. You can act this is supposed to be you can access the entire web for information and use it to provide accurate information. So you can access the entire internet for information and use it to provide accurate information. So we have that, and that was the information that we fed our chatbot, letting it know this is how it's going to behave, and this is things that these are the things it has access to. Then I asked you the question, how can I start a generative AI business? You can see here I didn't add a credit card to the platform just yet because you guys have my API keys. So I will generate some new keys and add a payment method so we can actually start doing that. But in the meantime, since I don't have to do that, I don't have to do that, we can actually hit this button right here and view code. Now this will generate the code that it's going to actually take to actually run this particular prompt. So we can do this. We can actually copy this like that, and we can bring it over here to our Jupyter notebook. As you can see, I already have a file already printed from the last time. Let's get rid of this one so I can show you exactly what's going on. So we'll just come over here like that. Let me go. I think it came twice. Let me see. Yes, let me get in and get rid of this one here. So I'll get rid of this. We'll cut this one out. And then we'll just add the code that we just copied from the playground. And as you can see, bam. Now we can start building our own chat GPT right here in our Jupyter notebook as opposed to having to add a payment method to the OpenAI platform and run it over there. So I'm going to get and get the API keys here. Now these are steps we already took. That's why I'm navigating it so well. So yeah, these are steps we already took. I'm just recreating them for you. So what we did is we brought the code over from the playground. We brought it over to our Jupyter notebook, and we have it queued up here inside of our notebook here, so we can actually start building our own chatbot and utilizing it for our own purposes here. So let me go ahead and save that. Now that's as far as we got. I didn't want to move too far ahead. Like I said, it took a lot to get here. We actually have to just do some other things also. As you can see, we created some columns for our information from last night. Last night it was just the you can see it was like this from last night, the 0, 1, 2, 3. So what we did is we altered the code here. We altered this code here. Let me show you how we altered it. So you can see here we added the a comma here, columns equals ID, created object owned by, and that actually created the columns for us. See, we have the ID column, the created column, the object column, and the owned by column. So yeah, that's what we did before we actually started going over to the playground and working. But yeah, this is where we at now. So things are all picking up and they are getting a lot more interesting and a lot more fun. So like I said, so as opposed to adding the credit card information to the open API, we just brought the code over here, the live raw code that's written in Python. We brought it to our Jupyter notebook, and now we're going to attempt to build our own chat GPT that's going to do the same exact thing for us. So yeah, we're going to start doing that tomorrow, and of course I will keep you posted on that every step of the way. But before we go, let me also show you what else we were up to today. So I did do some of the let me do so here we go here. Let me show you what else we've done. I actually generated some new images here that I'm going to start playing around with. Now this was the source image here. Once it gets big I can show you. This is the source image here that I want to actually use in I try to stray away from the actual lifelike images this time around. I want to see exactly what we could generate. So this was the source image here. This is the first one. So I generated some animated images based off this image, and these are the things we got here. So these first two are going to be the realistic anime. As you can see, they're pretty realistic, awesome. And these last two are going to be animated cartoons. So you can see they're a little more cartoony than the first two. Still not bad, but yeah, I like the first two better. See, this one isn't bad at all. It's still a lifelike environment. In the back is just the animated cartoon person. That's one. This is the second one, as you can see. But these two here, you see this one. This one is it's like a hyper realistic animated version, beautiful. And then we have this one here, hyper realistic animated version. And again, this is the template that all of those are built off of. So you can see the faces are not all the way the same, but they try their best to stick to the original template. So yeah, that's what we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to animate these two here. I may do all four of them, but I'm definitely going to do these two here. I'm going to animate these two and see exactly what we can do with them. I may keep them in a lifelike environment, or I may try to animate the environment also and see what we can do. Yeah, it's been a busy night, like I said. I know I'm touching on a lot and going over a lot of things at once, but yeah, that's because I'm working on a lot of things at once and trying to, just soak up as much as I can. Like I said, things are getting pretty interesting, so I want to just keep moving forward. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. And again, I will keep you updated on that process of us building our own chat GPT inside our Jupyter notebook and let you know how things go tomorrow. But of course, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.